Hey guys, it's Hake here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to optimize Windows 10 so it will run blazingly fast. Now this is probably going to be a very long video because I'm going to show you numerous steps on how to make Windows 10 run as fast as possible. And we're going to actually do a very deep clean of the computer, and we're going to show you how to tweak up the settings in Windows 10 so it will run faster than it is by default. So I'm kind of breaking this video down into to two kind of sections. The first bit of the video will be going over how to change the settings in your computer so it can run at its maximum performance possible, which is faster basically than it is by default. And then in the other half of the video, I'm going to be showing you how to maintain the computer, like maintenance, how to clean the computer, junk files, temp files, how to clean off malware that could be on the system, you never know. And that will be in the second half of this video. So in the very first half of the video, I'll just be going over some of the steps and stuff that you can do and some of the settings you can change in Windows 10 so you can gain back as much performance as possible. Some of these steps are going to be very basic for the advanced users. Other users that are just new to this video may want to watch the full video because there's going to be steps here that they may not know of. Some of you advanced users, you're going to really think this is all second nature to you. So some of these steps you probably may already know, but when I make videos, I make it for the whole community that don't know much about computers. So I have to go slow and I have to go over every single step you have to do to make Windows 10 run as fast as possible. And I've made my Windows 10 computer basically with all the default settings. Nothing's really been changed, and I'm going to show you what you can do to make the computer run as fast as possible. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you some of the steps to make Windows 10 run faster. So the very first thing you want to do to make Windows 10 run fast as possible is you want to shut down every unwanted program that starts with Windows, like automatically, like the programs that start automatically with Windows. They can slow your computer down, and I'm going to show you how to actually shut those off in Windows 10. So what you want to do is you want to use your mouse, right? With your mouse, you're going to move it down to the very bottom of your start bar, or you can call it your task bar. That's what it's actually called. It's called your task bar. And when you have your mouse hovered over it, you want to right click and you're going to get an option called Task Manager. You want to click on that. This will pull up Windows Task Manager. And for some of you, it may look, let me see what it may look like. It may look like this. It probably will look like this. What you want to do is you want to click More Details right here. And when you do that, it will expand a list of processes that are running. What we're interested in is clicking the Startup tab right here. And in here is a list of programs that start automatically when you boot your computer up. And over on this side right here, under the startup impact, it tells you if it's a medium, low, or a high, or sometimes not measured. And it tells you what type of startup impact it has on your computer when you start up the computer. The more programs that are enabled to start when Windows starts, the slower the system's going to boot up and the slower the computer is going to be, because you're going to be launching more programs that the computer has to load when the computer first boots up. So you can actually help your computer boot up faster and overall run better by shutting some of these down and turning them off. For an example, I got Skype that will automatically start running for me when I boot the system up and log onto my desktop, and it's on enabled. So I can shut that off, and then when I start up my computer, I'm not automatically loading Skype up right away, and that's going to save me performance. You can actually shut down everything inside here, but I would recommend you actually keep only your antivirus software running when Windows starts. Everything else is not really necessary to have running automatically for you. So what you can do to do that is you can select it. For an example, I'm selecting Skype, and then you can click Disable. So you can do this for all these entries you wish. You can turn off everything and your computer's still going to start up, and the more stuff you actually shut off, the faster your system's going to be. Now I'm obviously going to leave my antivirus software on. That's kind of essential, and a CCleaner application, but other stuff I'm going to turn off. Okay, so now you can see the ones that are on enabled and disabled. I've went ahead and done the ones that I don't want to have running when Windows starts. And that's going to help gain back performance of your computer. And when you do that, you can now exit out of Task Manager. And in the next step here, we're going to show you how to optimize Windows for better performance, like by shutting down a few settings, like animating Windows when opening and closing in Windows 10. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be going into the down below on your Start menu. If you move your mouse down here and you hover over your Start menu and you right click, you'll get another drop up menu here. What you want to do is you want to come all the way up to where it says System here. And in here you're going to see your specifications about your computer, like how much your processor, your RAM. And I want to quickly note that if you have less than 2 gigs of RAM, you may want to upgrade your RAM on your computer, because that could be a reason why it's running so slow. Just keep that in mind. I mean, most computers should be running more than 2 gigs of RAM at this day and age. Just keep that in mind. But what you want to do is when you open up this, you want to come down to where it says Advanced System Settings, and then you want to click on that one. And then it's going to open up this, and you're going to see there's a performance section here. And what you're going to do is you're going to click Settings, and what you want to do is you want to click Adjust for Best Performance, and make sure that's checked. Or you can click Custom. Actually, just click Custom. And what you want to do is you want to uncheck Animate Controls and Elements inside Windows. Animate windows when running, when minimizing and maximizing an animation in the taskbar. I find that if you uncheck these two options and click up, this is going to help you open and close Windows faster, and it will make your computer a bit more faster. So I've unchecked these 3 top ones, and once these ones are unchecked, you can click Apply. And now you can open and close Windows a little faster without it using that fancy animation. Now that's something that you should do if you want to really help your performance of your computer. This is probably the #1 step. You can actually open and close Windows by a little faster by doing that. That's a very important step to do. So what you can do now is just close out of all that. And let's see here, I need to think about how I'm going to do this, because I'm trying to make my video done in a certain order here. What should we do next? Okay. Alright, so the next thing you can do to help you navigate around your computer, now this is a step which is going to help you performance-wise, I guess, because it will help you get around your computer more easier. It's not really you're not going to really do anything that will help the system run faster, but what you're going to do is we're going to add some custom links to our Start menu. In Windows 10, you have our Start menu back, so I'm going to open up our Start menu here, and you can see on the right-hand side of the Start menu, you got all your tiles, like that's like your applications from the Windows Store, and right here, you may have some more icons over here where my mouse is right here, but I've shut those off. But I want to show you how you can add some quick links to your Start menu that will help you navigate the system better. It's just going to make your life a little easier when you're using Windows 10. So to do that, you want to right click on your open area of your desktop, like where there's no icons. Just right click, go into Personalize, come down to where it says Start when you get this window open. And what you want to do is you want to click Choose which folders appear on Start and turn all of these on. This is like your downloads, your music, your pictures, your videos, and that's going to add some links to your Start menu. With turning all those on, when you click your Start menu, now you have all these in your Start menu, and you can now click Pictures. You can get to your pictures more faster. So if you have any videos, click on Videos. You can get to your videos faster. Say you got a lot of documents on your computer, you can click your documents, and now it's all on your Start menu. It's just more easier. Now you just have to click Start, and you can find stuff on your computer a little bit more easier. Downloads, etc. It's just a good way of navigating around Windows 10 a little faster, to have those kind of just out on your Start menu. And I would recommend you have those on your Start menu. So something that you can do if you want. Alright, so let me see here. Windows Search Indexer service is a service which is in Windows 8, Windows 7, and Windows 10, and I find that it slows the performance down a bit on your computer. And I'm going to show you how to turn off that service. So what you want to do is you want to look on the bottom left-hand side of the keyboard, and on the bottom left-hand side of the keyboard you'll see a Windows key. and you're going to hold that key down, and you're going to hit the letter R while holding the Windows key down, and that will pull up the run box here. Now in this run box, you want to type in services.msc like I have here, and click OK. This will open up the services window here, and you want to come down and you'll find a whole bunch of services. Never mind. But what you want to do is you want to scroll to the very bottom here to find a Windows search. And when you see that, you're going to actually, I'll make it bigger for you here. You want to select Windows search, and you want to right click on that, and you want to click stop, and that will shut down the Windows search indexer server. So I find it's a bit of a waste on performance. After you do that, you want to right click on the Windows search again, go into properties, and it's going to be on automatic start. And what you want to do is you want to click disable and click apply, and that will make sure it doesn't auto start when you boot your computer up again, so you don't have to keep coming back in here and shutting it off. So the Windows search indexer server is an optional step in this video. If you don't want to turn it off, you don't have to. But I find it gains back performance on Windows 10 and Windows 8 and Windows 7. I find it's not really necessary. So that's your decision if you want to shut that off or not, but I find it gains performance back, so I would recommend turning it off. So now you can exit out of that window, and the next thing we're going to do is what do you think? I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Is we're going to shut off the user account control, which is in Windows 10, it's also in Windows 8, and it's also in Windows Vista, and it's here on Windows 10 and Windows 7 as well. And it's what that is when you open up a file, it will ask you, do you want to allow this program to make changes to your computer? You know that pop-up you get all the time? We're going to shut that notification off, so when you open files up, it will just open up a little faster without having to confirm things. So let's shut off and that's going to be called shutting off the user account control. So what you want to do to shut off the user account control setting here on Windows 10 is you want to once again hold down that Windows key again and hit R. You want to write msc config. That will open up system configuration utility once more, and you want to click tools. Down here you're going to see where it says, if you move your mouse to where it says tools, and down here you'll see changed UAC settings, user account control settings, and you want to have that selected. Then with your mouse you want to click this launch button, and it will be up on here, and you want to drag it down to never notify me and click OK. So you can see this is the pop-up that you're going to get asking, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your... You're not going to get that notification anymore, and that's kind of good because it kind of gets annoying to some people. So that's an optional step. You can shut that off if you want. And let's see, what else can I do to make Windows 10 run a bit faster here by tweaking some of the settings up? Oh, what we can do is we can change your power settings. Now this is ideal for laptop computers. If you have a laptop, you can change it so it will run at the highest performance as possible by changing the power settings to run at maximum power settings. So what you want to do that is you want to right click on your start menu again by moving your mouse down at your bottom here. If you right click on that, you'll get your drop down menu again. And what you want to do is you want to come down into control panel. And in here you want to click on hardware and sound, and then click power options. And for most of you it's going to be checked balance recommended. Or it may be checked power saver. It really depends if you're running on your battery or not on your laptop. But what you want to do is you want to click high performance and make sure that's checked. This is going to make Windows run at its highest performance possible. It may use more power, but it's going to give better performance to the computer by having it run at high performance. So check that, and that will help with the speed of the computer somewhat. So exit out of that. And now we're getting on to our second half of the video on how we can clean up our junk files, our temp files, and unwanted files on the computer for free. So this is the second half of the video, and this is more leaning towards computer maintenance now, and what you should be doing. These next steps that I'm going to show you, you should be doing maybe weekly. These are the most important part of the video. Right here is the most important part of the video. We're going to deal with removing all kinds of unwanted junk files, temporary files, and then later we're going to show you how to remove spyware and some malware that may be on your computer. So those are those number one things that slow the computer down. So this is the most important bit or the next half of the video here is the most important part of the video. So we're going to start off by getting rid of the temporary files that we don't need, unnecessary temporary files. Windows creates temp files. You just have to use the computer and you're going to get temporary files. And over time, these temp files can build up and accumulate and slow the computer down. And that will slow the computer down quite significantly if you don't clear out your temp files regularly. So I'm going to show you how to clear out the temp files with a couple things. So we're going to do some manual cleaning of the temp files. Then we're going to use the Windows Disk Cleanup utility, which is a built-in feature in Windows. And then we're going to use CCleaner, which is a free program you can download to help clean out the junk temp files. And then followed by running some adware removal tools like Junkware removal tool, Adware, and Malwarebytes after that. So now we're going to deal with computer maintenance, and these next steps, as I said, you should run as much as you can on your computer. This will be the best way of making your computer run faster by doing this, maybe once a week. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to manually get rid of some of our temp files. To do that, we're going to click the Windows key and hold that down, hit R, and in the run box we're going to write %temp %, and this will open up your temporary folder of your computer. And your temporary folder is all these files that you don't really need. You're just temp files that I was just talking about. Windows creates temp files, and they accumulate over time, and they slow your system down if you don't get rid of them. You may have hundreds and hundreds of temp files. Depending on how often you clear up your temp folder, the more folders and files you will find in here. You may find in the gigabyte range to the 6 to 10 gigabyte range of disk temp files that are junk, or you may find very few like I have, because I constantly clean out my temp folder. I don't have that many at all. But it all depends on how often you clean out your temp folder, so you may have much more files than what I have here. But nonetheless, you want to get rid of them, and to do that, you can get rid of them all. You can delete all of these temp folders and your computer's still going to work. So what you want to do is you want to hit the control key and hold that down, click A, and by doing that you're going to have all your files selected. That just quickly selects all the files, and then you can right click, come down and delete these files, and it's going to say that you can't delete all these. Now you may not be able to get them all, so you may have to click skip, but just get as much temp files as you can and remove those because you don't need them. They slow the system down, and that will help get rid of those temp files. Now we're going to show you how to use the Windows Disk Cleanup utility, which is built into every version of Windows since Windows XP and Windows 95 and Windows 98. This has been around in all versions of Windows, and it's here in Windows 10. And to get to the Windows Disk Cleanup utility, what you want to do is, if you're on Windows 10, is you want to move to your start menu and right-click on your start menu. When you right-click on your start menu, you're going to click File, Explore. And in File Explorer, you're going to come down to your local disk C. And in local disk C, you're going to right click. When you right click that, you're going to come down into Properties. And you're going to see an option called Disk Cleanup. You're going to click that. And by clicking that, you're going to open up the Disk Cleanup utility. And this is going to start calculating how much junk on your computer that you can free up off your hard drives. And I'm going to warn you here that this process may take a long time to run. And I need to be detailed here. The longer it takes to use the disk cleanup utility, you may think that, oh, it's just a waste of time. It's taken forever to run. Actually, the longer it takes to run disk cleanup utility, the better. It means it's finding more junk files on your computer. So the longer this actually takes, it's actually a very good thing if it takes a long time, because what it simply means is it's found a lot of junk files on your computer basically, and it's taken forever to calculate them all. So it may take a long time, and that's a good thing because it's actually finding a lot of files that are unnecessarily that you can free up and help speed your computer up with. So I'm gonna say I've fixed clients' computers using this, helping their computer run faster, and I've seen this take 30 minutes to run on computers. And the reason why this disk cleanup utility may take a very long time to run is if you don't run it, if this is the first time you've ever run it, that's going to be the reason why this is going to take a long time to run, because you've never used it before and it's going to find all kinds of junk files. So if it's going to take a while to run this, that just would depend how much junk files you have on your system. For me, it didn't take long at all because I have hardly anything here because I keep this computer really clean. So that's just because I run disk cleanup utility all the time. And I recommend you run this disk cleanup utility every single week. So if you never ran it before, this may take maybe an hour to run, but it's just like when you're cleaning up a messy house. It's going to take a very long time the very first time, and then when you get on it again, it doesn't take as long. So it's the kind of same situation here. If it's the first time running CClean, this disk cleanup utility, it's going to take a while to do because you got a lot of junk, right? So what we're interested in doing is doing a furl scan here. So I've got this window popped up now after I clicked on that. And I want to do a deeper scan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click clean up system files. So now it's going to calculate even more stuff that we can possibly clean up. So we'll do that. So be very patient here. If it takes a long time, just have a cup of coffee, go away, come back. If it takes a long time, you're it's a good thing because you're going to be clearing a lot of junk files off your system that way. Disk cleanup utility varies depending on how much stuff and junk files are on your computer, and you will find that the more you run disk cleanup utility, if you do it every week like I do, it's going to go by in like under a minute, and you won't have to wait forever to run this as much. It's just if you don't do it that much, it's going to take forever to run this disk cleanup utility. But it's a good thing because you're getting all that junk off your system, which will be the most important step of this video, I think, is doing this disk cleanup utility and also running CCleaner and doing some scans of Malwarebytes. This is the actual most important step of making Windows run faster, so it's very important to wait as long as it takes. So we've done the deepest scan we can do with disk cleanup, and it's found up to 15 megabytes of unwanted files on our computer. That is hardly anything. Considering I run this all the time, that's completely normal, but for you guys, you may have this in the gigabyte range. So click OK, and then it will ask you if you want to delete these files off the computer. I recommend you click on that, and this will start deleting all those junk files off the system. And again, it may take a long time to delete all those, depending on how much that it finds. So now you can exit out of the disk cleanup utility, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to still stay on this screen here, and I'm going to show you how to optimize Windows Defragmenter, which is built into every Windows installation to run daily instead of weekly, which overall helps the performance. And you can schedule this to run for you every day instead of every week, because by default it's on weekly. So what you want to do is you want to right click your local disk C again, like you were doing before, and go into properties. And then you want to click on tools and then come down to where it says optimize and defrag drive. Click optimize, and you want to select your C drive, right? And then you want to click change settings, and for you it will be on weekly. You want to change it to daily. Click OK, and then you want to click optimize. That will start a defragment of the hard drive, and that actually helps with the performance of the computer. So just let it do that, and while this is running, you don't have to have this screen open. You can exit it, and you can exit this one as well, and we're going to return to our desktop. Alright, so I talked about running CCleaner. This is a program which is free. The link's in the description box. CCleaner can clean up files that Windows Disk Cleanup utility has already missed on our system. So it also cleans up the registry problems as well. It fixes some minor registry issues. CCleaner is a very good program, and it's free, and I recommend you take this on any computer you have and run it every week. It's going to be like running Windows Disk Cleanup utility. It's going to get all those junk files off your system, and the more you run the CCleaner, the faster the system will run. So download CCleaner. I have the link in the description box, and when you open up CCleaner, you want to check. You can see here what it removes. It removes temporary internet files and stuff. It does Google Chrome as well, so I have Chrome on here, right? But you can check all these. It's actually safe to check all these. The only thing I would recommend you don't check is wipe free space, because that takes too long to do. But everything else you can check if you want. And what you can do is you can click here and click Run Cleaner. Now it's going to take a long time. Again, it's the same scenario as it was with running Windows Disk Cleanup utility. If you never ran CCleaner, or you have a computer that has a lot of junkware on it, or junk files, it may take an hour to run this, or the longer it will take to run it. I've already ran it clean, and you see it didn't even take a minute to do it. Just went by like a flash like that, because I run this frequently. So the more you run the cleaner, the faster your cleaning session will be, because the less files it has to clean up, and the more you get on the junk files, the faster the computer overall performs. So it found 33.8 megabytes of junk files, and it's removed it. That's not much, considering I've already ran the CCleaner multiple times every day actually. So again, the more you run CCleaner, the faster it's going to make your computer, and the faster the cleaning process will be. The very first time you run CCleaner, it probably will take a long time to run since you never used it before. Alright, now heading over to registry, you're going to click registry right here, and you're going to click fix selected issues, and it will find some minor registry issues. Now, without getting into further detail, what registry issues really are is they're not severe issues of the computer. When you uninstall a program, you will have you will have registry keys for that program that are still left behind on the computer that are unnecessary, or you may have some registry keys to shortcuts, or when you delete a file off your computer, sometimes a registry key is still on there from that program and they're unwanted. It will result in a registry issue, and there's numerous ways to get registry issues. You just have to use your computer and you'll have registry issues. They're actually very harmless to your computer, but if you have a large quantity of them and stuff and you don't fix them at times, it can result in some errors and slow the system down. So by cleaning out these minor issues, which is going to be beneficial to your computer. So I've only had 2 issues, and you may have several, and don't be freaked out depending on how many this finds. It's completely normal. What you want to do is you want to click fix selected issues, and it will ask you to back up the registry, so click yes, and make a backup of the registry, and then click fix all selected issues, and it will say it's all fixed. And that's how you run CCleaner. So now I showed you how to run CCleaner, and in the next bit of the video, we're going to deal with removing spyware, malware, and adware, which is probably the #1 thing you can do to free up a computer. That is, it may be a bit infected. I mean, you maybe not got a serious virus. It may be junkware, it may be adware, it may be pop-ups, or whatever it may be that slow the system down that you may have. So I recommend a program called Malwarebytes Anti-Malware. It's a free program. Download the program and run a scan on your computer. I'm not going to go ahead and run a complete scan because I know my computer is very clean. You can download this Malwarebytes Anti-Malware for free. The link is in the description box. I recommend you have Malwarebytes on every computer in your house because it is the best program that will actually detect stuff that your antivirus won't find, and potentially unwanted programs and all kinds of stuff that slow the system down that CCleaner nor the disk cleanup utility would have removed. So it's an absolute must for this part of the video is to download Malwarebytes Anti-Malware and install it. It's a completely free program. It offers a free version and a full version. The full version will protect you in real time, basically from threats before they come into the computer. The free version of it is fully functional, just that it requires you to manually run a scan and manually update it. So when you first get the program, click update. Make sure you're updated. I've already am updated. And then click scan now. And that will start scanning the computer. And it will depend on how much junk files you have on your computer. The scan could take a while. But whatever it finds, it will allow you to remove it for free. I'm going to stop the scan and cancel the scan because there's no point to running the scan on a clean computer. And Malwarebytes Anti-Malware is made to run alongside any antivirus software. It won't conflict. It was designed to run alongside other antivirus software, so don't worry about that. Run that, and it will find anything that's like a malware, spyware related on your system, and remove it for free. And if you think you have a virus infection on your computer, I have another video that details how to remove malware and spyware for free, because this video is mainly on how to make Windows 10 run as fast as possible. I'm not going to go into in-depth on how to remove malware and spyware. If you're seriously infected with a virus or a spyware infection on your computer, check my YouTube channel out for the how to remove malware and adware for free 2015 video. And that video is like an hour long, and it goes down in detail on how to clean up a computer that's infected. So you may want to check that video out if you want more details on how to run Malwarebytes and other programs here. The next program, which is Junkware removal tool, made by Bleeping Computer and affiliate of the same software that you just ran, is Malwarebytes. They've bought this. They affiliated with them, so their product is really good. It's a way of removing junkware, and it opens up in the command prompt. And when you first open up this, I'm not going to run it because it might terminate my recording program. It's going to go ahead and it's going to remove junk files off the computer. And it will say, this is a junkware removal tool by Malwarebytes Anti-Malware. Actually, I will run it, but I'll exit out of it while it's running because I don't want it to terminate my screen recording software. What you want to do is you click any key to continue. It's going to automatically create a system restore point up and back up your computer. And then it's going to check processes, registry, and all kinds of areas of your computer for possible infections. And it's a command prompt based malware removal tool, so it's very light and official to use. You just run it and let it do its thing. It's just, if you see down here, maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see what it's doing here. It says it's checking startup, so it's checking startup items for any kind of malware that may be running when Windows starts. And it will go ahead and check processes as well. It's already created a system restore point up. That's it there. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that because all you have to do is let that run and it will do the work for you. If you want to have a more in-depth guide on how to use Junkware removal tool, there's a video in my description box. It will be part of that how to remove malware and adware infection for free video. So I would recommend checking that video out if you wanted more detailed guide on how to remove junkware off the system. Next is the ADWcleaner. This is another program that you can download for free, and the link for all these programs are in the description box. ADWcleaner is a program that will also do what junkware removal tool does. It's just good to run this as well. You open it up, you install it, you click scan, and it goes by. It does a very fast scan. It just kind of checks your application data temp folder and all kinds of stuff and looks for modifications to your browser and all kinds of add-ons and toolbars and whatnot and junkware in certain areas of the computer. It's not a complete scan, so it's not going to be as effective as the Malwarebytes was, but it's a very good program to have in case it finds something that Malwarebytes has missed or junkware removal tool has missed. And if it finds anything, it will allow you to remove it for free. It will restart your computer, so I'm not going to allow it to restart my computer if it finds anything. But by clicking scan, it's just going to go ahead and do a scan. Well, it shouldn't take long to run ADWcleaner. It's not that. It's not really an antivirus at all. It's just a tool that runs a quick scan, and it can detect it has a very high detection rate. So when it's done, you can click the folders, files, shortcuts, scheduled tasks, registry, Firefox, Chrome, and see if it found any problems related to those areas of your computer by clicking down here. And then when you're ready to clean, click the clean button. When you click the clean button, it's going to restart the computer and clean whatever it found. I found nothing, so I'm not going to clean anything. And if I click clean, it will restart the computer. And I don't want to do that since I'm recording, so I'm not going to do that. But for what you're going to do is you're going to click clean. That is going to go ahead and clean up any of that off your system. So at this point of the video, I have showed you all I really could. I don't think there's much I can show you now about how to make Windows 10 run as fast as possible. I think I've covered everything I possibly know about how to optimize Windows to make it as fast as possible for you. If you enjoy my videos, remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And if your computer's still running slow, I do offer remote malware removal. And what you want to do is you want to contact me on Facebook, and I will tune up the computer for you. I charge $25 for my services. It's if you can't do this on your own and you want to trust me to remotely log into your computer, I'll do that for you. So head over to my Facebook account, and I'll leave it in the description box. Here's my Facebook account here. I do a lot of weather stuff, so make sure you don't get confused if you see me posting about whether I do virus and spyware and computer tune-up. And you can contact me. Feel free to message me. Here's my Facebook account. I'm just going to close out of my browser here. And I normally will get your message right away here if you contact me on Facebook, and I will respond to you and help you remotely remove malware. I do charge 25 bucks for this service, but it's well worth it if you can't follow my instructions on this video. And thanks for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe to my video if you enjoyed this.